Ryan Anderson here, the driver of Son of a Digger, and you're watching Rod Rod's Championship League.
What's going on, everybody? Project Rod here, and it is time for Freestyle here in the final stop of Tour Violet Dragon. And Arcanine 59 is your 2x best trick winner, getting his second win here in Alaska. It was a fantastic attempt. Matt Johnson was right behind him. But speaking of Matt Johnson, he is your unofficial Tour Violet champion, as obviously we have to wait for the last competition, but it's no secret now. Matt Johnson and Max D absolutely killing it in Tour Violet and being your unofficial, at the moment, Tour Violet champion with 213 points currently. But we have one more freestyle competition to go. Let's see if this will be the one that he can finally win. Let's start it off with Flames Plays in Pirate's Curse. Immediately with a combo, possibly giving it too much. No, saving it, keeping it on all two at the moment. Gutting it in reverse, still trying to balance it there. Getting some, I don't want to say killing some time, but killing a little bit of time there. But continuing the run with some huge air here. Nicely done. Pirate's Curse and Flames Plays, unfortunately, in a dangerous position right now. He's going to end up being in the LCQ. Honestly, at this point, I mean, it's sad to say, but, I mean, you can go out with a bang right here and give it your best shot and at least maybe hopefully come out with a freestyle win. And, you know, LCQ is around the corner. We'll see what happens there. Nice air over here across the that center, what was that, center pod? The area where there was a lot of struggles in racing. Horrible camera work there. Thank you, cameraman. Nice air. This is a great track for air. It's open. There's no roof compared to, look at that huge air. Compared to a stop 5 of Tour Blue, I mean, that was in Death Valley in that stadium. Covered roof. And we saw some pretty amazing air. Megalodon, I believe, had the highest of the night. April Summers came close in best trick, but Megalodon just aired it out. And honestly, I think he did touch that Jumbotron a bit. Luckily, we didn't get hit with a bill. So, moving on, though, to Pirate's Curse. A great run, pretty good momentum so far. I'm sure he'd like to come out with something bigger, though, here. He could use it to help out his score. And a nice sky wheelie. And a beautiful save. He was able to continue the run. Just over 10 seconds left. Looks like he's going to gut it in reverse. Go for a reverse flip. And nicely done, comboing it with a wheelie. And this move right here will most likely be the last one right there. Anything past this will not count towards judging. Maybe that one right there. That was kind of borderline. Nice clean air. Up and over and slamming into the wall. Luckily, it was... there it is, into the container. Our cameraman is listening now and decided to change the shot. But that came out. That came after time was done, so there shouldn't be any point deductions for that. And earlier, I'm not sure if he hit the wall or not. Again, the camera wasn't the best. So hopefully it doesn't affect him any given way. But the scores are coming in. 8.482, so a great score for Pirate's Curse. A good way to start this freestyle competition off. Here comes Kind of Fluffy now in Gravedigger. Seeing what he has in store for us today. Unfortunately, best trick was not the one for him today. He was fresh off the win back in Colorado in stop 4, but here it was unfortunate. The Gremlins got him and just lost balance, ended up on his lid. Nice save there. But he's here for freestyle. Maybe he can get another win, his second freestyle win of the season, hopefully. And some craziness there. Thought he was going to flip it over, but able to save it. Now he's going to go into some donuts. Pretty good so far. Kind of Fluffy right now. He's close. He's dangerously close. But I believe he will hang on to that last little bit of points, that last position there, to keep him in from the point separation. If I'm looking there, I'm trying to think back to the leaderboards. I think it's kind of obvious here. He may have that position secured. I'm trying to think back, and we've just had so much going on, and it's been a fantastic season. Nice backflip there. But looking forward to see what he has in store for us in World Finals. And I don't know, maybe we'll see a new paint scheme. He's been rocking this purple one all season long. I look forward to see if he has anything special in store for us for the World Finals, as well as the rest of these drivers. If we'll see anything new, those Concrete Crush cars right there, still hard as I'll get out, man. Those things are ridiculous. You'd think we'd have that figured out by now. Nice big air, comboing it slowly with a small wheelie, but some trouble here. Trying to avoid the wall. He did tap it. and kind of bumping into it again as he's in some sidewall. So that will be some sort of a penalty, some sort of deduction for him. Tried his best to avoid it, but it was just, he still managed to hit it a bit. Here we go, backflip off of this container yet. Haven't seen it yet. Coming down to the last 10 seconds of his run. Let's see what he has in store for us. Possibly could take the lead. Nice save there. I'd like to see him take the lead. I'm sure he'd like to come out with a second freestyle win. Is this one going to be enough, though, as time is up? So we're going to be taking a look at his highlights right here. Great start with a power wheelie right off the bat. And pretty good momentum, pretty good air. Nice saves. This save right here, right at the beginning of the run. Some donuts. It's 1 out of 2 so far in this freestyle run. Nice backflip off of that container there. So again, he came close to that wall. He did touch it a couple times, it seemed like. So there may be a penalty, some sort of deduction, and there will be. So that may be what kept him from getting the lead, but not a bad score overall. Here comes Nova Strider now. Chances are she will be in the LCQ. Wishing her the best luck, as well as the other competitors who will be there. But again, she could always come out on top with a bang here and go out with a bang. Get a freestyle win. Her first one of the season would be fantastic, as she's been fairly consistent. I mean, some trouble. Thought she was going to save it there. She's going to be stuck in some sidewalls here, breakdancing the truck a bit, but able to get it back on all fours. So great save for Nova, and some trouble again as she's on her lid. Does she have enough momentum? Balancing it perfectly, yes. Atta girl, Nova. That's what we want to see here. Beautifully done. So, some great saves already within the first 50 seconds or so of the run. So things are looking pretty good for Nova as of now. Hopefully she can keep this momentum going. As she's stuck here, can she save it? Yes, another save. And she's going to combo it with a wheelie. Nicely done. Giving it a little too much. Front flip off of it, but too much momentum as she's in the stands. So that is a dangerous situation for Nova. We're going to be checking out right now. I'm getting updates. So far, so good. Landing in the stands, so not in where the fan area, mainly the off-limits area. So that is why those seats are blocked off, thank goodness. And getting word now that Nova is safe. She's out of the truck. We are good to go. These tech officials work quick. Right there, that's a front flip that caused it all. So, unfortunately, a low score for Nova, 5.274. She did not fill the time. She left roughly 50 seconds or so on the clock. So, unfortunate, but still, it looked like it was going to be a great run. And Velociraptor here, that's looks like we will see another kind of deduction here. But Velociraptor, again, another one of those trucks that will most likely end up in the LCQ. I keep saying most likely because you never know what will happen, but mathematically, I don't think there is a chance of some sort of comeback, but you never know. You never know what can happen here in this tour. But Velociraptor, another truck's been fairly consistent. I've just, on occasion has had a few slip-ups, unfortunately. A good example is Best Trick in Colorado. Just had that failed attempt that kind of hurt his score. And it was looking pretty good up until that part. I mean, it happens. It's part of driving. You see it. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's part of the game, It's a part of the competition. And hopefully, wishing him the best in the LCQ and possibly World Finals as well. So a minute into the run so far, going for a reverse flip, or are we going to pop it up into the two front tires? Going to get a tombstone off of it. Short-lived, but that's fine. Moving on with the rest of the run, up and over the center pod there. Again, that center pod was killer in racing. I mean, we saw a lot of penalties, unfortunately, for some of these drivers. Nice backflip there, kind of a corkscrew, if you will. But unfortunately, a lot of penalties in that area. I mean, this was a tough track. And Alaska is just known for tough races. I mean, looking back at stop 3 of Tour Blue, they had that awkward track, and I'm just gonna keep saying it was awkward with all those twists and turns, and it was tough. Here we go, another backflip, nicely done. But it was a very tough track for racing. We saw penalties there too. So it looks like Velociraptor here at 99 gonna end the run with some donuts here right there. That is gonna be the end. So gonna be looking into his highlights here. And again, unfortunately, after that jump there, did run into the wall a bit, kind of a little bit of a love tap, if you will, but still, nonetheless, touching the walls will be some sort of deduction at the end of things and in the grand scheme of things. So, nice backflip there as we're wrapping up the highlights, the donuts here at the end of the run. We're waiting for the scores to come in. They're coming in now, and a 5.152. So, Rough score there for Velociraptor. Here comes MMJ Producer now in Alien Invasion. Seeing what he has in store, he for sure has a ticket into World Finals. I know he's excited for that, and looking forward for great things from this guy. I mean, I've mentioned, I believe in Stop 4, that he's kind of one of those unsung heroes. Is that the right term? Probably not. Look at this, a front flip in an area that you wouldn't think it'd be possible. I know Nova got it on the other side. I was with a wheelie, but right there, he just hit that back end and got the momentum to get a front flip. So beautifully done by MMJ. And I'm telling you, as I mentioned previously, this guy has been second fiddle this season a lot, unfortunately, and not really unfortunately. I mean, he's been very consistent, but unfortunately to him, because he hasn't been able to get a win. But he's been so consistent that I'm looking forward. Look at that backflip. And another one. Can he save it? Stuck in some sidewalls now. Got it in reverse. There you go. But he's been so consistent and so, every time somebody just comes in and takes his thunder, unfortunately. But I feel like because of that, because of his consistency and everything, we should expect great things from him in World Finals. I feel like that's when he's really going to break out and maybe even come out with a win. I keep saying this about Brutus too. A hard hit on those concrete crush cars, getting it back in reverse to get it back on all fours. Tough hit. But I keep saying it about Angel Garcia and Brutus. He came out with 2 freestyle wins on the season at least, but when it comes to racing, dude has been pretty quick. Best trick has been kind of his not his downfall, but the thing that's been hurting him. But freestyle and racing, Angel Garcia has down. So looking forward to possible championships from him. Another great backflip by MMJ. But again, MMJ here, I got a feeling we're going to see something big from him in World Finals. So coming down to the last few seconds of the run, this is probably going to be it right here. That concrete crush car, unfortunately, ending things for him right there. So this hit right here will not count towards his score. Thought he was going to stop it on a dime, but unfortunately landed on his lid as we take a look at his highlights. And a great run overall. A lot of great saves. That front flip, there it is right here. Catching that back end, getting the forward momentum to get that flip. Beautifully done. And, another great save here. Great momentum, great flips. That consecutive almost flip here. And I feel like we could have a new leader here. Waiting for the scores to come in. They are official. We do have a new leader, 9.225. For Alien Invasion. So is this the one where he can finally get a freestyle win to end the season? We're going to have to wait and see. Here comes Toucan Plays an Avenger now, popping it off straight into a nose wheelie. Comboing it with a moonwalk. Seeing what he has in store for us. He's been pretty consistent as well. Kind of in the background, but not too far to where he's been in danger of the LCQ. He for sure has a position in World Finals. And again, another truck we're looking forward to see what he has in store for us in World Finals. Again, he's been pretty quiet overall in the season. Again, consistent, but not, I guess, I'm trying to find the right way to word this. But consistent, but not enough for a win, if that makes sense. So I feel like he may be one of those silent but deadly guys who are going to come out in World Finals and just absolutely kill it. And just show like, hey, I was kind of quiet in the regular season, but this World Finals is the one that matters the most. And I'm going to make the most of it. But so far, pretty conservative run. It's kind of been his thing all season long. So hopefully he can turn up the heat here in a second and really get something going. Again, that's going to be a tough score to beat. 9.225 by Alien Invasion. A great score. Well-deserved score by MMJ. Avenger with the air. He's going to come back around for more on the opposite side. Yes, he is. Look at the air. That beautiful shot of the mountains in the background. So, coming up to the last 30 seconds of his run. Kind of a corkscrew, but able to land it and continue the run. Getting over those crush cars, surprisingly. Nice bicycle. So, a little bit of variation here. Look at this, the combo into the moonwalk. He's just going to throttle it through almost all the way over. Nicely done. Able to keep the truck on all fours. And this is going to be it for Avenger. So that's it for his run. Taking a look at his highlights now. And not bad. A pretty consistent run. Again, conservative is the name of the game when it comes to Avenger this season in the regular season. So again, maybe World Finals will be the one where he turns things up. Maybe he doesn't want a Tour Championship. Maybe he wants a World Finals Championship. That kind of has a better ring to it, if you ask me. But all championships are amazing. Any which way you look at it, here we go, 6.269 for Avenger. Moving on to the guy who had the best possible outcome coming into this, the best case scenario, and unfortunately lost it in qualifying and racing, but he's here for Freestyle to hopefully redeem himself. Daniel San Diego Fireball Murray here, and some trouble early on, no able to save it. And hopefully he can come out with a win here. He's been after a Freestyle win as well. Actually, he has one, now that I think about it. I forget, and it was a fantastic run back in stop 3. Oh, what is this? Using reverse, getting it back into drive and saving the truck. So he's pulling out all the stops here. He's frustrated, I'm sure, after losing that lead and potentially a Tour Championship. Oh, this could be some trouble. No, landing it on the container. Can he save it? Hitting the container again. He's still trying to get that sidewall in. Able to save the truck, but hit that container a couple times, so that may hurt his score. So we may see some even more frustration let out by Daniel Murray now. At this point, it's just go crazy because what do you got to lose? Gunning it in reverse, going for the reverse flip, beautifully done. And I'm looking forward to Daniel's runs in World Finals. Look at the forward momentum backflip off the side there. That's where Crustacean and Nova got her front flip. Another beautiful save here. And some trouble as he's going to land on the lid and leave 30 seconds on the clock. So that's going to hurt him along with the deductions for hitting the wall. But great air to start off the run. Again, that beautiful sight there with the mountains in the background. And a good run all the way through. I mean, just a lot of craziness, a lot of saves. But unfortunately, leaving the time on the clock is going to be the biggest thing that's going to hurt him right here. This move is what ended his run early. And a 6.577 for Northern Nightmare and Daniel Murray. Here comes Riley Strider now. Two-time freestyle champion. The first one was here in Alaska, so can he do what Angel Garcia did? He already has his second freestyle of the win. He got it in Alaska in stop 1 and in Colorado in stop 4. And was he able to stop in time? I don't know. This cameraman is horrible. Nice big sky wheelie. But he got the win, and some trouble here on top of the container. Able to gun it in reverse, but the damage is done there. There will be some sort of deduction there. Huge air and a forward momentum backflip for him as well. Just like Daniel Murray. So if you hit that in just the right angle, it seems like you can get a great backflip. But again, he got his second freestyle win of the season last time in Colorado. So first one in Alaska, second one in Colorado. Can he do what Angel Garcia did and get a second freestyle win, or I guess a second freestyle win in the same venue, being it that we're in Alaska now? We're just gonna have to wait and see, I guess. Of course, getting on those containers though, that's gonna hurt him. So maybe not. I don't know. Again, cameraman is amazing by cutting out some of the footage there. 45 seconds or so left in his run, and stopping it on a dime before those crushed cars got in the way. And I'm sure avoiding hitting any of the barriers. Nice save there. Bit of a wild ride, but he was able to control it. Looks like he's lining up for the backflip container. And almost getting a double. Can he save it? Stuck in a sidewall breakdance in the truck. Trying to get it back. There it is. Almost got the double backflip, but unfortunately was just shy. But was able to save the truck as we're coming down to the last few seconds here. And slamming straight into the wall. That's going to end the run. Just a sudden end there. The cameraman said, nope, just in case something bad happens, we're going to cut the camera right there. So the end of Blue Thunder. He did leave a few seconds left. And again, hitting that container there, that may hurt him. But great highlights overall, a great run. And let's see what the scores are going to be. 8.016 for Riley Strider and Blue Thunder, so not enough to take the lead. Here comes Arca 959 and Dragon now. One of two competitors left. And I'm sure he'd love to come out with a best trick win here, or excuse me, a freestyle win here after getting best trick earlier in this competition. He's looking He's been sitting in third place just about all season long. And looking nice. That's a beautiful shot there, especially with the fire. But he could be taking Daniel's second place spot depending on where they all end up on the leaderboard. So Daniel could end up getting shifted down into third place. Doesn't change the fact that he's going to go to World Finals. But still, in terms of final point counts and final numbers, Dragon could end up in second. We're just going to have to wait and see. Has some trouble here. And look at that. The save on one tire. Completely avoiding the barrier. That was either dumb luck or amazing skill, because he did not touch that barrier at all. Nothing. He twisted that truck around on one tire, doing everything possible to avoid that point deduction. So beautifully done for Argonaut 59 and Dragon. And looking forward to great things from him in the World Finals. A lot of drivers to look out, to look forward to. I'm looking forward to everybody. But there's just some that I feel like are going to excel and do great things. And I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. It's anybody's game. I want everyone to succeed and do amazing things. I want the best highlight reel possible at a World Finals, because, again, it's the big one. It's what everyone's been fighting for. So, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. But last just over 20 seconds or so for Dragon. Beautiful donut there with the flames. See what he has in store for us for the last 15 seconds. At this point, just see what sticks. Throw it at the wall, see what sticks. Go for something crazy to end this run. Bouncing it off the container. And a beautiful save. I don't even know how that happened. And that's going to be it for Dragon. He's going to end it with some Cyclones again. Of course, these will not count towards his final score. And he's just going to keep going. He's not stopping. Don't know if he thinks he took the lead or what, but nice celebratory donuts there. Just great for the fans and the judges. Just a little bit extra, but looking at the highlight reel here, great run. Is it going to be enough to take the lead? Honestly, I don't know. Don't think so. MMJ did throw out an amazing run. But look, this save right here, it was just nothing. Not that thing did not touch. That truck did not touch the wall, the barrier, the container, nothing. That was beautifully done. And not a new leader, 8.584. So, MMJ Producer has one truck in the way of getting his first freestyle win of the season. But that is your unofficial tour champion, Matt Johnson, in Maximum Destruction. And I say that as he destroys the truck. Max D here looking for his first freestyle win of the season. That's been the area that he's unfortunately not been weak in. He's had some great runs, but he just hasn't had the luck to win a freestyle win, a freestyle event. And look at this, beautifully forward momentum backflip. Not even sure how that happened. Just an awkward twist that gave it to him. And a bicycle into another backflip. I don't even know how that one happened. So he's just throwing stuff out at us. Matt Johnson I thought it was going to be a forward momentum backflip there, but no, he's stuck in some sidewalls yet again. And he's still there, breakdancing the truck now. There you go. Minute left in his run, and so far it's been pretty good, pretty action-packed. Going to go into some donuts now. Again, he has to beat that of M&J Producer. I believe a 9.225 is what he had, and it was a fantastic run. But so far, Matt Johnson and Max Z is putting on a great run here, and some great moves. Look at this air right there. Concrete Crush cars are no match for Matt Johnson. The reason this guy is the tour champion, or unofficial tour champion, if you will. Look at this sick air by Max D. So I'm curious to see what it's going to be. I mean, it's a phenomenal run so far. 20 seconds. He's turning it around. Is he going to gun it in reverse for a reverse flip? Looks like he is going to go for the reverse. Didn't quite line it up, but still got the rotation. Has enough time for one more big move. And right here, this should be the last one. 2, 1, and done. Slamming into the wall, but that was when time was done. And that's going to be it for Matt Johnson and Maximum Destruction. So, is MMJ Producer getting his first freestyle win of the season, or will Matt Johnson and Max D take his first one of the season? We had some amazing highlights here. A great run, phenomenal run. Is it enough to take his first win? We're waiting as the scores are coming in, and we have them locked in. We have a new leader, 9.509. for Matt Johnson and Maximum Destruction. So he is your winner here in Alaska, and what a way to go out with a bang here in Top 5 of Tour Violet, being the unofficial Tour champion, which now will be the official Tour champion, getting a freestyle win at the very last second. What a way to celebrate your championship. Overall event champion, no secrets here. 3 out of the 4 competitions for 47 points total. Your 3-time event champion, Matt Johnson and Maximum Destruction. Dragon was close, was 3 points away, if you want to consider that pretty close. And that's it for that. But these are the final leaderboards for the season. Dragon moving up to second, but the big news here is Matt Johnson and Max D, 230 points on the season after getting the 5 bonus points. So here you go. He is your official Tour Violet champion. Matt Johnson and Max D, 230 points. Your undefeated racing champion. 4-time fastest qualifier, 5-time racing winner, 2 times best trick winner, 1-time freestyle winner, and 3-time event champion. Welcome your remaining Tour Violet qualifiers into World Finals 1 and your remaining LCQ qualifiers for World Finals 1. So this is the main field of trucks for World Finals 1. We have 1 spot available, and that is going to be for last chance qualifier winner. So this is the lineup for the last chance qualifier. These 6 drivers will be doing qualifying and racing to see who will get that 14th and final spot in the World Finals. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for an amazing season. We will see you all in Death Valley for World Finals 1. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to hit that like button, and we'll see you then.